Hello everyone, welcome to the Sunday Guardian show with Joyeeta Basu. I'm the editor of the weekly newspaper The Sunday Guardian, published from New Delhi. In this show, we analyze and discuss politics and geopolitics, things that are happening in the world and in India. In today's video, let me speak about the likely visit by the Chinese ship Yuan Wang 5 to the Sri Lankan port of Hambantota in the southern part of the island nation. The week-long visit, scheduled from 11th August, has made India extremely unhappy, and with reason. Now we will come to that. Now, paying heed to India's unhappiness, Sri Lanka requested China to defer the visit of the vessel. China, as expected, reacted angrily by issuing a statement that said that Sri Lanka, being a sovereign state, can develop relations with other states and no one should disturb the normal exchange of cooperation between China and Sri Lanka. Oh, great. The reference was obviously to India. Now, it's a different matter though that China is the most destabilizing influence in whichever part of the world it goes to. And there is no normal exchange of cooperation in China's dictionary. It's all about China's own interest. Now, meanwhile, the ship seems to be on course to reach Hambantota on schedule, that is 11th of August, Thursday. Now, why is India so unhappy? It's because this particular ship, under the garb of being a research ship, is actually a military spy ship that tracks missile and rocket launches. Now, because of its range, the ship has the potential to spy on India's southern ports, its research and nuclear space research installations, as well as its missile and rocket launches. A report in our newspaper, Sunday Guardian, says that the ship can also map the ocean bed which is needed for anti-submarine operations of the Chinese PLA Navy. Now the thing is, we know what the Chinese are about or what they're trying to do. Our question is, what exactly is Sri Lanka trying to do? At a time when no one is pulling Sri Lanka out of the economic morass it has sunk into, when the International Monetary Fund has been imposing condition after condition on Colombo for bailing it out, at a time when the Lankan crisis is like a blip on the geopolitical radar, which is all about Ukraine and to an extent about Taiwan, it is only India that has been standing next to Sri Lanka. India has been propping it up, extending line of credit, sending humanitarian aid, opening petrol pumps to help the country in crisis. Till date, India has extended around $4 billion in support as loan and line of credit, and Sri Lanka wants more, by the way. Now, China has thrown in a few $1 million and some kind words. Now, in spite of that, Sri Lanka initially agreed to a visit by the Chinese ship, knowing full well the security implications for India. Initially, the government of current President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that the ship's visit was agreed upon by the previous government of the Rajapaksa brothers. But aren't the Rajapaksas out of power? And that also in a very ignominious fashion? So how binding can the words of such a dispensation be on the current government? Now, it was only after India made its disapproval clear that Lanka issued a request to the Chinese, who too made some noise, but seem to be now going ahead with the visit by the ship. If the ship docks at Hambantota under the pretext that the port is Chinese built and has been given to a Chinese company on a 99-year lease for commercial purposes, what happened to the minor detail of the port being located in a sovereign country? The sovereignty that China has been so concerned about in the case of Sri Lanka? Remember the statement it issued? Now, if the ship docks at Hambantota in spite of Sri Lanka's request for an indefinite postponement, then it's obvious that Sri Lanka has ceased to be a sovereign nation and it might as well describe itself as a Chinese province. As it is, since Lanka is a part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, Beijing already has a grip on that country as one of its biggest lenders, and because it is undertaking major infrastructure work there, including building Hambantota and the Colombo port city. However, if Sri Lanka is in a financial mess, it is not just because of the Rajapaksa brothers' wrong policies, but also because of China's debt trap diplomacy, with Hambantota being the biggest case in point. Colombo has had to hand over the port's commercial activities to the Chinese for failing to repay its debt. Also, if the ship actually reaches Hambantota on 11th August, how sincere was the request by Ranil Wickremesinghe government? Was Wickremesinghe paying lip service to Indian concerns? The reason why China does not feel the need to take it seriously? I mean, this is serious business. Sri Lanka needs to realize that if the ship docks at Hambantota, it would amount to crossing the Rubicon, the red line. It will be a clear case of Lanka choosing China over India. And if it has made that choice, there is no reason for India to be so altruistic. It is time to switch off the tap of generosity. Friendship or support cannot be a one-way street. There has to be quid pro quo. There is still time, and we hope that Colombo will be more persuasive and make Beijing postpone the visit indefinitely. It is time we in India read the Riot Act to the Sri Lankans. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.